Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to another episode of Tech Condo. Hope that you are all doing fine. My name is Petro Verbruggen, as you can see here below, and welcome again to Tech Condo, the last episode of this year, 2024. So we're gonna do a bit of a wrap-up video, but that's in the style of a top 10. Hope that everything is fine and everybody sees the show correctly. I do see a warning, which is quite awkward because my network should be okay, but let me know in case that is not the case. How are you? I hope that you are doing very fine. I do see a lot of people that have joined live, so let's go and talk about that. Well, maybe not everybody's live because Veil was so kind to say, "Hey, I'm not in live," but I will be checking the recording. So welcome, Phil, to the recording. And of course, if you have not been here live, then of course also very much welcome to you guys. Which reminds me, it might be that you will not hear the audio in the recording of the leader. That's because for some awkward reason, the copyright issues are still continuing. If that continues, I will just remove that leader and do something simple, like for example a quick, let's say a quick stinger or something. But that's for next year. Also, of course, other people that I would like to say hi to, of course, to MT. Welcome, welcome, MT. Hope that you are doing fine. Eric, all the way from Rochester, New York. Welcome, welcome. Raul, hola, hola, back. Of course, let me see if... and I also like that you guys are talking to each other and saying hi to everybody, which is fantastic. I see Niels is in the house. Welcome, Niels. Appreciate you for taking the time and effort to be here live and direct. And also the same thing goes to Gerard. Niels says the stream is good, and Eric says that as well. PV is all the way from California, so absolutely fantastic, everybody. Welcome to the last show of the year 2024. I did something to the studio, a little bit of a change. Maybe you already noticed it. Let me know what you think about it. Of course, it's a little bit in the Christmas spirit. That is just for this episode, of course. But maybe you will also find a little bit of different coloring. Let me know what you think if you like this setup. All right. Again, welcome, guys, and so. Today we're going to do a quick 2024 recap, and I'm actually doing that in a format that is in a top 10 format. We did that in the past as well, but typically the format is more related to top 10 that I think that you should buy or that kind of stuff. This time around, I thought it would be good to have a top 10 of 2024, more related to products that I'm actually using quite often. And I think that it might be of interest to you. It's I would say lo-fi if it comes to dev mobility, because of course limited space in my tech condo studio, because it's really small. Actually, I don't know if you know how big it is. So earlier today I actually took a picture, so I will be showing it on my camera. So this right there. That is my full studio taken from the door. So it's extremely small, and you might not really recognize that on the stream, but it is very, very small nevertheless. All right, so what can we do? So we're going to talk about the top 10 products that I think you should consider or I am using, and I think they are very important. So they are ranged in order of importance. I did remove some things that I'm actually using very often, but because they are maybe not let's say current versions, and because they're not current, I would left them out. And also, if I really like them but I don't have it, I actually would just put them into a separate category, the mentions category. So that is just to let you understand what you can expect during this show. Again, top 10 2024. So if you so again, I already said that it needs to have been using them. So that's a category what I needed to take into account. I need to own it myself. That's also something that I needed to take into account. It's new, current. That's also something that I needed to take into account. And basically, those are the ones that were really important. And it was tough, really, really, really tough to have a good list. Though I think that I've managed. And let's just talk a little bit about, let's say, the runners-up. So these are the ones that didn't make the cut due to the fact that, well, they didn't make the cut because I haven't used them enough, or they're really new, or I don't own them myself, but I actually did have a show on them during this year. I do see some last comments that I will very quickly show. Of course, my dad is also in the house. He's not here. He's at home. I will be coming to him after this show. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, he says in German and in English. Thank you so much, Dad, for that. I'm home alone with my cats, indeed, and also I think that everybody really want to give the greetings back. It will take some time before it's really Christmas, but actually this is again the last show of the year, so let's get things cooking with the first runner-up. And that one is actually not that old. That's actually the one that we already talked about as early as 2 weeks ago. That's of course the 21103 3x3G system that I have, the one that I use for, let's say, the as I call it, the stage box setup. The stage box setup is really important, and especially because it takes away a lot of time to build up and tear down if I'm on location. Again, one Cat7 cable between two of those 3x3G boxes by Blackmagic will allow you to be able to have three signals HD going to the stage and three HD signals coming back to the production booth in one go. The reason why it's a mention and not in the top 10 is really because I've not really used it during a production yet, and I didn't want to convolute the list because of that. So that's the reason why it's not there. Another one, and I do see a lot of comments coming in. I will be coming back to you. So again, we're still in the mentioning phase. Another video that I didn't do, well, I actually did not so long ago, is of course related to the Yamaha DM3. The Yamaha DM3 is a, let's say, a very, very good audio mixer. It has Dante support, has 16 channels. You can either choose local or via the Dante interface. Again, the reason why I really like this product is that it actually has that expansion capabilities, which my mixer does not have. We already showed it to you. It's definitely one on my list, maybe for a later year, maybe next year or the year after, but it's all depending on the size of my production. So I'm not yet committed to changing that and going that extra route. At this particular moment, I can really do a lot with my CQ18T, and it might be that it's coming up. Well, you probably know it's going to be there. So, but it is definitely one of the in the list. So, by the way, a check question: can you put a comment in what you believe is my top 3 of products? Products can be either hardware and software. So that and it needs to be a current version. Let me know if you have some idea. Just put my top 3 in there, and let's see how good you know me already. Then we are continuing a little bit. Another one that I do own myself, but I have not made a video on, but I will be making a video on next year, is this one right here is the Waveboard Mini. And the Waveboard Mini is a control surface built by Scarroy, and with the blue pill inside you can actually use it for multiple different audio mixers and even camera shading. I'm not using it for camera shading, though you can. The way that I use this product, and I already have been using it, is that I want to be able to have multiple different audio mixers in one single device. And actually I have it right here. to show you how big it actually is. So this is the Wavebird Mini right here. We will be having a full-on video on this device next year, most likely in January, or now most likely in February. Looking at something that I will be talking about privately in just a bit, because I do have a surgery coming up and I need to talk about that quite briefly. And so that's this one. And with the Wavebird Mini, I will be able to have on one device my ATEM, so the volume of my ATEM switcher, vMix, so the volume of vMix, and my CQ18T. So all three of them. And if in case I don't use the CQ18T, I actually can either use the Yamaha DM3 or the Behringer X32. Now the Yamaha DM3 I don't have myself, but the Behringer X32 rack I do have. So that's where this product comes into play, and I really, really, really like it. Let me see. There are some comments coming in. I am going to finish up the mentions, and then I will go into the top 10. This is the last mention, to be honest. So it's we're almost done. The last mention is the one that I actually am very on the fence about for myself. Though for some of you out there, it might be a fantastic product. I believe that this is a very, very good product if you don't already own an ATEM switcher or a vMix system. And that is, of course, the new product by Rodecaster, the Rodecaster Video that you can see right there. It's a very capable system with 6 inputs. You can play videos, you can overlay. It's all limited, but if you're starting out in the streaming world, I think that this is a fantastic product. I think that you should consider it if you don't have an ATEM switcher or vMix. I personally do have both of them actually. Actually, I have multiple ATEMs. So for me, it's becoming a little bit of a thing that I'm like, do I want to buy it? The only reason why I would buy the Rodecaster Video is if I have a very big assignment in the US for my day-to-day job. Then I don't want to bring along a lot of gear. Then this product is definitely one that I will have on my to-do list to purchase, because I really think it's going to help me. But that's the only reason for myself to get it. If not, well, let's see. So these are the mentions that I have. So from now on, we will be going back to the top 10, and let's see if there are already some, let's say, ideas of what I will be talking about in just a bit. Neil says the CQ18T has to be up there. That might be the case indeed. My guess, companion or central control? I forgot about those. They should. They should, Alex. But that already, you already know that by now that it's not there. Though I do use companion on my on location computer, and I am using central control in the studio. So yeah, I should have used it. I need to make choices. Let me see. But that was good. Okay, let's see. Alex says vMix panel builder, companion, and CQ18T. All right. Raoul says vMix. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, keep them in. PVE. It says Sony PXWZ100. Oh, that's yours. I presume. Nice. That's a nice setup. I do like this comment. Last stream, Petra also shows a real Lego TV studio build. Well, I have one here. Come to think of it. That's the studio build. It's now done. It only needs some. It needs some lights, and then we're good to go, because that's actually the studio that I will be using for some vmix tutorials next year. So that's cool. Mm. Hard to pick all good mentions. Yep, I agree. And it's quite difficult. Raoul, that's right. It is indeed Friends. That's the TV show that it's all based on. Indeed. All right. Now let's talk about the top 10 itself. Again, it was very difficult this year. Again, I wanted to make sure that it's something that I use quite often. It's something that it's still current. It's hardware and software, and I forgot about Companion, unfortunately. Hey, guy, what's going on? So if my dad is not in the house, then you get these kind of things, right? So let me see who this is. I think this is. I think that's not gonna work, my friend. It's a little bit too small, eh? Yeah. Oh, are you staying here? Okay. Well, let's try to keep you here then. He's on my lap. Let's see if it's gonna work. I think this is Scooter, right? Yep, Scooter. All right. So with a cat on my lap, I think I'm ready to go with the top 10, and we're gonna kick things off with the number 10, and that is one that I didn't talk a lot about during the live shows, but I think it is still one of my most important ones. That is the LiveView Solo Pro. It's a newer version. I already have a LiveView Solo right there. That's the old version. The LiveView Solo Pro. I actually forgot that's in the living room at the moment. It is a newer system. It's based on HTVC or H.265 technology instead of 264, which also means that it has more compression. So that also means that the quality of the signal can be a little bit less for the same quality of service. What I also like about the LiveView Solo Pro is that it actually also has the ability to stream to an SRT destination server. It doesn't have to be RTMP. SRT is also fine, which by itself also will mean that I actually am able to stream it directly to vMix, which is fantastic. If that sounds, looks like I'm back. Should be coming back. It should be coming back. And we're back. Yep. Yeah, for some reason it did not work, guys. So yeah, we're back. I don't know when you left. So just a quick recap. LiveView Solo, good system. It has H.265 technology, so HEVC. More compression, so better quality, and the version that I have has both SDI and HDMI. And the beauty of that is that it actually now also is able to stream to SRT, which allows me to also use it for vMix, because RTMP. It does work with vMix as well, but you do need to do a lot of things, and SRT is out of the box. So that is that. The cat is too heavy. Yeah, well, sorry guys. It seemed that I had a bit of a glitch there, but we're back. And no, it was not the blip on your end. It was, I think, on my end, because it was yellow, so there was something wrong on my end. All right. Number 10. Where did I use it? I used it one time during the live show, because I did have some internet connections problems at the start of the show. Now, today, everything looked to be fine. So I don't know what happened back then, but I fixed it. and everything is now fine. And I also used it one time from a live local show, and I also used it last year during let's say that a live show for a local TV station. So definitely one that I'm using quite often and really like. What are you doing? My dad is not in the house, and this is what you get. All right, that's number 10. Here, let me get rid of. Please go. No. Scooter. Scooter. Okay, we're gonna continue the show. We don't care. All right. You wanted to know why my dad is always in? Well, there you go. That's just the reason. Sorry, guys. All right, number 9. Let's continue. Number 9 is actually also a Scarhoy product. It's the PTZ Pro, and I actually have that one as well with me here. Scooter, jongen. Go. There you go. And that's this product right here. This is the PTZ Pro, and actually I am using this these days quite a lot. It has replaced the PTZ Optics Super Joy, and the reasoning behind that is that it's more stable. The joystick is really nice. It's actually an upgrade, so it's not the standard one. You need to upgrade it a little bit. But it has camera controls down the bottom. It has presets right here. You can flip them around if you would like to flip them around. That's possible. You can set the exposure, white balance, the color, change the image, and more depending on your PTZ camera. You can use the rotaries to really fine-grain on what you want to have. It's basically like a light version of color grading. I think it's really a nice product. I like it a lot. Never had an issue with it. Very powerful. What I also like about Scarhoy is actually that they actually have a possibility that you can set a movement, for example, a pan movement, and with a low velocity, and then just program it that it does it on the device itself, on Scarhoy itself. It will do that, and you can actually then move to another camera and also prepare something there. That is something that is really not standard on these kinds of products, and Scarhoy actually built it in, which I really like. I also have the possibility to add a stream deck to the unit, and actually capture the video that I see, and that also allows me to exactly see on in a picture what the scene is that you're actually switching to. So that is really cool. That's the possibility. The PTZ Pro from Scarhoy on number 9. Moving on to number 8, and then I will go back to comments. Is another controller. It seems to be a bit of a controller year, 2024. And the next one is actually this one right here, which you don't see yet, but it will become visible in just a bit. There you go. That's the ATEM micro panel. This is one of the latest acquisitions of the year. I first saw it at NAB in 2024 in Vegas. And what I really like about it is that it's a very small controller. And of course, if you use the ATEM Mini or ATEM SDI controllers, then this is roughly the same size. It's a little bit bigger, but not much. So you might be tempted to say, why are you using it, Petra? You don't need it all of the time. Well, the reason why I'm using these is that typically the tables that I use on location are already very convoluted with cables and that kind of stuff. And to have an additional 10 cables on the desk, it becomes quite a mess. So typically what I now do is that I move the ATEM to the side of the table or maybe even under the table and just only have this system right here. It can run via Bluetooth, so wireless, which I will not recommend, but it also has the possibility to connect via USB-C. What I also like about this product is that it actually has a macro button, so I can directly press macro and press macro 3, and it will automatically go to macro 3, which I really love. By the way, these buttons are stellar. They're really nice. Let me. They're really nice. A lot of travel. I really like them. Of course, you can color the buttons at your disposal, like on the picture right here. So you have a lot of possibilities right here. Keith says, I'd rather use Mix Effect on my iPad. That's totally fine. I that's great. Keith, so I totally understand that the people where you come from. For me, having textile feel to it, and especially because during productions I also need to provide directions to the cameraman. I want to check the monitor and use my fingers to switch without checking what I'm doing. So I'm actually really doing on touch, so to speak. So I don't have to see what I'm doing, and to show it to you. Basically, what I do is that I put my fingers like so. It either switch directly, which is not something that I typically do. What I typically do is that I know that that I have to go to number 2, bum, and then I hit cut, boom, number 4, cut, number 6, cut, and I'm not even checking it. I can feel it. That is the beauty of having a textile feel to it, but it's all related to the way that I switch. I switch quite fast, so I'd like to have a dynamic. But that's me. I just like to have a dynamic. Happy Saturday, Jason. How are you, sir? So that's number 8 that in my top 10. I really like it. I actually have been using it quite often in the last 3 months. So yep, great stuff nevertheless. So the next one is one that I need to give a little bit of a bit more information. At first, I wanted to provide to give a place to Burdock. Burdock, I'm using the P120 cameras quite a lot. As you know, I love those cameras, P120s. But like I said at the start, it needs to be a current model. And the current model, that's not the P120 by Burdock. That's actually an old model. It's still on sale sometimes, but it's not actively being promoted by Burdock anymore. There are some politics involved, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but let's just say that Burdock switched OEM partner from one to another one, and so you now see a more boxy version of their PTZ cameras. Come to think of it, I think that I should check them out. But the P120s are definitely, I would have loved to put them on the top 10 because I use them quite often. But I needed to also give them a little bit of love. So what I did is that I actually put this one here, the Burdock NDI PTZ controller, which is a application that runs on my give me a few seconds. It's called PTZ, I think. Yeah. So here we go. This is the application. It has the ability to add NDI sources right from the get-go. If it's a burdock camera, you can set color, exposure, you can pan, tilt, zoom. You can do full camera control on that device, on your phone, on your iPad. And yes, because it's an iOS device, you can, our iOS application, you can also run it on a MacBook. So it has a lot of potential. One caveat at this particular moment is that it actually runs only one camera at a time, so I'm still a little bit bound to Windows, which is a bummer because I'm a Mac user, even though, of course, vMix is running on Windows. Personally, I am a Mac user, and I'd rather have it running on a Mac. But the current control software is called Cam Control, and that's the only software that they have where they can actually have 3 or 4 cameras side by side, which I really like because I can actually make sure that all cameras are nicely color graded and in sync. That's not possible with the new version. But that's the only side note that I have. I think it's a really nice, versatile piece of application, and I cannot wait to see future upgrades on this one. So that's number 7 for you. A bit of love to burdock. Another one that I wanted to talk a little bit about is the number 6. And number 6 is again software. This software, I think, has not been giving enough love on video this year, and I should do more about that next year. So as you know, next year in 2025, I will be more focused towards software, more how to live shows on software products. That can be vMix, obviously. It can be ATEM software, but it can also be, for example, DaVinci Resolve. And DaVinci Resolve is, of course, not for live like this, but it is really my go-to editor these days. I really love it. It's a very high potential product. It runs on Windows, it runs on Linux, it runs on Mac OS. There's a free version and there's a paid version. The free version is already really, really good for most that I do. I would say almost 99%. So I do have the studio version, but I only have one license. And all the other pieces of equipment, I'm using just the standard free software, and I really, really love it. The reason why I've put it on this system is that I actually use DaVinci Resolve if I need to provide the end result to a client. Is that I always cut at the beginning and the end of it, and I typically do some small edits in a live show just to make it a little bit more snappy. But I do that after the fact. And I also have used DaVinci Resolve when I was at NEB and IBC to make a quick video. So that is the reason why I like it. What I really, really like and what I really learned during IBC and NEB is the audio isolation feature is next world. It's really, really good. That is a well-deserved 6th spot on the list. So we're already halfway. So we started with number 10, which was the LiveView Solo Pro, providing myself the possibility to go live wherever I am. Also, if there are local issues with the connection. PTZ controllers, of course, I do have PTZ cameras, so I do want to be able to control them. Skyway product, really, really nice. About controllers, the ATEM micro panel, also very, very good. Also something that I really use quite often nowadays. I do have to admit that I still love my ATEM advanced panel 1ME 10 something better. It's a bigger panel. It also has the ability to have LED screens that you really know what you're switching. So some comments on the channel. It still also has the macros. It also now has, since a week, the possibility to color grade Blackmagic cameras. So there's a lot of features in there that I also like, but it's a big controller. So this one is better for now. Then we had number 7. That's the Burdock PTC NDI controller, and we ended with the DaVinci Resolve. And indeed, one license is good for 2 devices, but not at the same time, of course. But yes, you are right. That is a possibility. No issues there. You can do that. Definitely. So we're now midway, and also a very big thank you to Floyd, who was graceful to give me a super chat for $5. Really appreciate this. This helps me to bring more value next year. So thank you so much, Floyd, for that. I really appreciate it. And a quick confirmation from Rahul. Thank you so much. It's like Christmas. Thank you so much, Floyd. Moving on to number 5. And you did not think about it, but I was expecting this product to be in one of your quick top 3s, because I have been talking about it quite often in the past. Maybe not this year so much, but I actually use it quite a lot, and I'm still using it quite a lot. By the way, let me get it for you quickly. And that is this product right here. It's a decimator. Of course, the MDHX, really nice product right here. This is it. It has the possibility to convert and scale your signals. And the reason why I'm using this product is actually for a few reasons. I don't have it with me, but because I do have now 2 of them that have a configuration set, so that I don't have to reconfigure every single time. But this product here is being used by me for example, bringing in MacBooks to a production, because if I don't do that, it's gonna flicker a little bit. With this product, it will not flicker. And also to, for example, put to put this in between a laptop and a projector, so that I actually have the same signal as a projector. So this is a very handy product. I have 3 of them. I typically use 2 or 3 of them anyway. It's like the Swiss Army knife, and I cannot do without them. These are really good. So again, the Decimator MDHX, definitely one to spend some money on if you can. Thank you so much again for that. The before last, so there are still 2 more software products. So we have 2 software products to go and 2 hardware products. Sorry. Which is the model? Okay, let me get it one more time. This, Raoul, is the MDHX. MDHX by Decimator. That is the one that I use. It's a HDMI 3G SDI cross converter. It converts very well. And yes, MT is totally right. They are very hard to come by, so they do take time before you get it. Took me half a year to get one, really, but they're worth it. They're worth the wait. They're definitely worth the wait. No worries, Raoul. I always appreciate it. And also Eric. Thanks. So that was number 5. It could have easily been number 4, but number 4 actually is also something that I use a lot. And not during the production process. So all of them are with regard to live production, of course, but more in preparation of the product. And that is something also from our community. It's actually done by That's this one right here, H2R gear by John Barker. H2R gear, really a fantastic piece of kit. And let me show you quickly what it looks like on this slide right here. There you go, boom. So this is H2R gear right here, and as you can see, you can log in and then you can have multiple plans. You can add a plan, you can provide a name, you can include the dates if you like, and then you can create it. I actually have 2 plans here, but I also have more archived. So for example, a nice one that I actually have used in the past, and I think I actually use it during one of our shows, is this one right here, the Taekwondo Geek Flight Case. And I see that this is already an older version, but as you can see here, it still has here the Smart Video Hub Clean Switch 12x12. I still use that thing, but not as often as I used to. And then you've got a Teranex SDI to HDMI converter, and then the ATEM Extreme. And what I really like about it is that you can actually hook up everything. And what is also really great is that you can then also provide a backlist. So now I have a full list, which I can download as a CSV and say, okay, I have the I have the Extreme, I have this one, I have this one, I have that one, I have that one. So I can now be sure that I have exactly what I need. So and this is also the percentage of how far I am. And of course, I also have a patch list, so I can actually know that I have an Ethernet cable from port 2 of the Netgear 8-port PoE to the Ethernet GPI tele, and then an HDMI cable from HDMI out to that, which I really like that I have that SDI, the Smart Video Hub, to that Teranex SDI to HDMI. It's perfect. So I really love that possibility is there. And if I am done with this one, I can go back. I can also, for example, show this one right here of a year ago. This is where I'm actually utilizing also some other features, like for example, the possibility to say that this is in one area, this is a different area, this is another area. So you can actually show exactly where you are and what you need to do, which is, I think, a really nice piece of equipment. So that is the H2R gear by John Barker. H2R gear, yes, indeed. And also thanks Dang for your congratulations. All right. So that is a piece of software, and of course it's really cool that that's also part of our community as well. So number 4, and again, I would like to ask you one more time if you could provide me your top 3. What do you think that is in the top 3? What have you missed, and what you know that I will be talking about? I'll give you just a bit of some time to write it down. In the meantime, I do want to talk a little bit about the coming weeks. So this is the last episode of this year of Taekwondo. As you know, this December month, so that also means that I want to be a little bit more closely to my dad and to friends. And there's a lot of other things going on. For example, the 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd, I will be producing a television show for a local TV station where we do something for charity. It's going to be huge, a huge production. A lot of people. I have like 5 cameramen. I've got 4 PTZ cameras, so it's like 9 cameras to choose from. I have a remote camera coming in via a live view. I have videos to play out. So there's a lot of things going on, and I'm not doing everything by myself because we have like a production crew of like 6 or 7, maybe even 8. And that's next to the radio station as well. So we have radio and TV going on. So that's the 20th, 21st, and 22nd of December. The 24th of December, it's a church service, of course. It's Christmas then. And then the 26th of December, I also have a church service. So this year is fully jam-packed. The 1st of January, I have also the church again. The 10th of January, I have a gig where we also have like some musical things going on with Carnival. The day after, the 11th of January also. And on the 18th of January, I'm back. So the 18th of January, I'm back. And of course, if you have so much different gigs already, of course, I will have a gig report on the 18th of January. But the 18th of January will also be the last episode of January. And I will come back in February, don't worry. But on the 22nd of January, I will have my surgery. And that means that at least the first week, I cannot do a lot. The second week, I don't know yet, but it looks very promising. I am not worried at all. I'm also, it's gonna hurt, sure, but it's not, it's not a big surgery. So please know that. So it's also one day. I can go back home the first day already. So, but be aware that that's happening. So I will be back on the 18th of January for sure. Neil says maybe the Sennheiser mics make the appearance in top 3. That might have been. I have thought about them. I didn't put them in the top 10, but I have to admit it was very close. So yes, you guys are actually quite well informed in the sense that it was part of what I thought. Clearly the ATEM Mini Extreme ISO or the ATEM 2ME. Alex, okay, let's check. I guess ATEM 2ME, I agree. Okay, interesting. All right, let's see what we have. So let's go ahead with the top 3. On the 3rd place, it is of course my trustworthy CQ18T. You guessed it, of course. I really love my CQ18T. It's one of my favorite pieces of gear. I use it quite a lot. I was blown away when it came. It's a game changer for me, at least. I think it's really good. It's small. It's capable. It's not extendable. That's where the Yamaha DM3 comes into play. But it's a very nice piece of kit. 16 channels. It has DCAs. I use it for to stream to put the signal directly in the ATEM, and it works like a charm. Number 3, CQ18T by Allen and Heath. Really a capable piece of a kit, and I did some videos on it. So please check it. I think it's the best value for money out there. Absolutely 100%. You guys already were talking about the ATEM, and I think that was very clear. I did actually chose the ATEM SDI Extreme, which I also have here, lying around. This piece of quick kit right here. This is the SDI version. The HDMI version would also be a very good one. And yes, you guys are right. The 2ME switcher is definitely a good one as well. However, the 2ME switcher did not make the top 10 because I only used it like 3 times this year, which is not enough to put it in the top 10. Actually, it's not enough at all. So I think that I need to do something more with that one moving forward. My really go-to mixer is the ATEM SDI version. Really use it a lot. I think that I've used it about 8 times this year. While the 2ME switcher 3 times. Yeah, it was 3 times. Yes. 8 times this one, 3 times the 2ME switcher, and 5 times the same as this one, but then the HDMI version. And the reason why there's a difference between the SDI and the HDMI version is that the HDMI version is really, if I'm all by myself, it needs to be small, it needs to be confined, then the HDMI version is the one to go for. If I am with multiple peoples, I'm either using the 8M SDI or the 2ME switcher. And it all depends on the size of the production. So, perfect. And yes, it has so many outputs. It has 4 outputs as well. So the 8M SDI has 4 outputs. One of them is, of course, used for multi-view, and the other 3 are used for different things. Actually, what I typically do is that I use one for the multi-view, another one for program to record to an hyperdeck. The other one is preview, and I'm using a field monitor to check with false colors if it's all in focus before I switch to production. So yeah, SDI, yep, it is definitely a good one, absolute 100%. Yes, that leaves just one to go, and that is, yeah, number 1 is a little bit. You can argue that this is the one that I used the most, and that's of course vMix. Yeah, I think that you guys, all of you, would have guessed this one right there as well. vMix is my go-to piece of software, either being this switcher itself, like at Taekwondo, of course. I am actually using this right here. Let me show you my screen. Let's go to the right display first. Right here. So now you can see what I see. And now you can also see how I switched this back there. So this is basically what I see during a show, and I really love it for that. It's a fantastic piece of equipment, and yeah, it's brilliant. That's as a switcher and as a streaming device. I also use it on location for playing videos, and also lower thirds with key and fill. It's a fantastic piece of equipment. It's very good software. I like it. I love it, and yeah, it it was very understandable. Always the right tool or the right job. Yep, that's it, MT. You're very right. So that is the top 10 of 2024. Were there some surprises for you guys? That is something that I really would like to know. So let me know in the comments below if there was some surprises. Also, a special thanks to Floyd for donating $5. Very much appreciated. I can really use that for for future products. Also, talking about the future again, so more about software next year, a little bit less of hardware. Reasoning behind that is, of course, that, well, basically I have a lot of products already at my disposal. Doesn't make sense to buy things just to review them. So I think that I really need to use them. So I'm very much looking at what do I need, and then depending on what I need, then performing that activity. If that makes sense. Alex says, by the way, I recently found a little tool that really makes my life easier. I love it. Auto Percenter Switcher APS for PowerPoint presentations, PDFs, and video. Oh, I will verify that, Alex. Interesting. Thank you so much. I think that we're reaching the end of the show, and also the end of the year. Thank you so much for being here the last year. I know it was at the start a little bit awkward to go from every week to once every 2 weeks. I think that it was a good choice. As you know, I had some issues with stress and burnout thingies. That was all gone now. You also have seen me lose weight this year. 30 kilograms I lost in total. So I think that this was a good choice from a perspective of health. So I will be continuing every other week in 2025 as well. And I will also continue the breaks. So that's the reason why I will take a break from from today onwards until the 18th of January. So the 18th of January, I will be back with a new show. Looking forward to this. I wish you very, very much a Merry Christmas if you are Christian, or if you celebrate Christmas. Otherwise, I wish you a very much great winter break or holiday season. Um, Also, Happy New Year already. Hope that 2025 will start great, and with a lot of health, etc., etc. So I really, really hope to see you in good health and in good shape next year. Please let me know what you think about this color, this more purple color, if you like it more or less than the other version, uh, because I was considering to keep the purple stuff. Of course, not the Christmas decoration that you see at the back. That, of course, not. But let me know what you think of that. That would be very much appreciated if you would comment on that. Before I stop, just quick. Let's see some comments. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, everyone, indeed. And also Merry Christmas to all. Thank you so much, everybody. Eric says every 2 weeks works for me as well. And if you enjoy to, even better for Taekwondo. Yes. Raul says, thanks for a great year full of content, Petra. I appreciate your efforts. Thank you so much, Raul. Thank you again for everybody. I feel such a nice warmth, nice, great end of the year. Really, really appreciate it. I am quickly preparing the end credits. Again, the credits will not have audio at the end because of the copyright thing that's going on, but I will be trying to fix it. If not, then we'll figure something else, maybe a nice swoosh or something. Thank you so much, and let me know what you think about the purple in the comments. I will be reaching out and checking that out in just a bit. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic holiday period, and see you next year. Bye bye.